Hi, this is Dr. Kerry Johnson. I hope you've heard my name before. I'm the author of 13 books, including Mastering the Game, The Human Edge of Sales and Marketing, Willpower, The Secrets of Self-Discipline, and my 13th book, my newest book, which is called New Mindset, New Results. You know, in a crisis, people get terrified because they're so uncertain. When they're uncertain, they get paralyzed and eventually do nothing. That affects you because when people are scared, they do nothing. That means you don't make sales, you can't help them. But a crisis is really the best time possible for you to make money. I've spoken to every major real estate company in America, in fact, around the world, in Australia, England, Europe, South America. And I always tell my clients in these various real estate companies that during crises is the best time for you to make money and actually help clients. According to University of Connecticut research, your clients and prospects care more about the relationship with you than they do about the fees they pay. I know that's hard to believe that it's true. According to Forrester research, clients want three things from you. Number one, what the heck am I buying? Number two, is my realtor in control? Are they watching out for me? Are they paying attention? Are they doing what's best for me? And number three is the most important. It's frequency of contact. They want to hear from you. You know, we did a study many years ago and discovered that very few realtors keep in contact with clients. In fact, among the very few that do, less than 10%, here's the shocker. It usually is between 18 and 24 months in between contact. You know, they all get newsletters. They all get little doormat things. They all get scratch pads that they leave in people's mailboxes. They get mailings. And that's good. That's branding. But I've never seen anybody say to me before, I work with that realtor because they gave me a scratch pad at my doorstep. They said, I work with that realtor because I trust them. They're competent and they're doing what they're doing for me what I'd like to have done. Now, that's a big deal. That's a relationship. People do business with you because of trust first. They rationalize everything else. Now, if you believe that, why don't we impact that? Why don't we keep in contact with our clients every 3 months? We have a skill set for you. It's called the 3-month phone call. Catch up, update, 5-step bridge, and then, of course, try to get a referral. Let's go through these steps. I promise you that if you use these steps, this month, the next 30 days, will be the best 30 days in terms of getting listings and also buyers in your whole career. Number one, catch up. Catch up on anything that you remember from your last conversation. Did they just go on a cruise? Did they have a new grandchild? Did they just go on a vacation someplace? Just catch up a little bit. Number two, update. Their current crisis now is COVID-19. There are many crises all the time, but right now it's COVID-19. 10 years ago, it was the Great Recession. 10 years before that, it was something else. It was 9/11. There's always a crisis you can utilize. And this video is about how to maximize a crisis. So number one, catch up on the family. Number two, I want you to give them a real estate update. This is really important. I bet you are kind of wondering what's happening with this current crisis. You can just fill in the blanks here. Your home property is holding out pretty well. We're seeing a decrease in sales. Inventory is pretty low currently. We're going to see probably a decrease of sales by about 2 to 3%. That's probably what expectations are. It's mitigated, by the way, by the fact that interest rates are now, the Fed has made them zero. We think 30-year mortgages are going to be about maybe 2 to 2.5 to 3%. Those kinds of things they need to hear. Update always has to have 3 bullet points. Why 3? According to bankrate.com, people think of 3s. If you get 1 need from somebody, there's a 36% chance to do business with you. If I could get 2 needs from somebody, there'll be a 56% chance. And listen to this. 96% of the time, if you can get 3 needs, they'll do business with you. So therefore, we're going to catch up. We're going to update on anything you think is going to be relevant during a crisis. And then I want you to do a very simple thing. Just ask what they feel. How do you feel about all the stuff that's happening? Then I want you to go into the 5-step bridge. This is really important. Number 1, introductory sentence. How do you feel? Number 2, listen for 3 needs. Number 3, recap what they said. Number 4, trial close what they said. And number 5, very simply, is move on to an appointment. So here's an example. How do you feel about all the stuff that's happening? What are your thoughts? Well, I'm a little bit nervous about my home value. What are you nervous about? Well, I like to sell it in 6 months, but I don't really know if now's the right time. Tell me more about why you're selling. Well, we need the cash and we want to downsize our house, and I think we'd like to move to a different area, maybe with better schools. Got it. Recap. If I heard you correctly, you said you want to downsize, you want cash, you want to move to an area with better schools. Is that what you said? Did I get that right? Yeah. Trial close. If we could take a look at an area which should have better schools, downsize, get a cash out, would that be helpful for you? They're going to say yes every single time, and then I want you to book an appointment. Let me give you an example. I play a lot of tennis. I was on the pro tennis tour from 1976 until 1978. I played everybody you've heard of: Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe's actually after me, Brad Gilbert, Brian Telcher, Elliot Telcher, Brian Teacher, and all these players. It was a time that it was just the golden age of tennis. But during that period, I played tennis 4 days a week, and I usually still do. I've got the back issues and the knee issues to prove it. About a month and a half ago, one of my doubles partners walked up and said, "So you're like a business psychologist, right?" And I said, "Yeah, well, I have an MBA and a PhD. Yeah, that's what I do." And he said, "I've got this salesperson who comes in late, leaves early, annoys my staff, isn't hitting his numbers. He just ticks me off." I said, "Serious?" "Yeah. What do you think I should do about this?" I said, "Let me get this straight. Recap. He comes in late, leaves early, annoys your staff, doesn't hit his numbers. No wonder he ticks you off. Did I get that right? Yeah, I don't know what to do with this guy." But here's the secret. I trial closed him. I wanted to get him to commit to the solution I could give. I said, "So if we could take a look at what to do with this guy, coming in late, leaving early, annoy your staff, would that be helpful?" He said, looked at me, looked at his beer and said, "Nah, I got it." Beer, and that was it. I could have gone on for 3 hours about situational leadership. I could have talked about the 3-step praise, 3-step reprimand. We could have talked about the critical path method of what to do with people before you terminate them and why you hire them. I could have gone for 3 hours talking about what I know that could help him. Did he want to hear it? No. He just wanted to vent. That's called a 5-step bridge. Catch up, update on market, what's going to help the homeowner, the buyer, or the seller. Number 3, bridge. If you can't find any needs, if they don't want to tell you anything, then I want you to ask for a referral. Referrals are 35% more likely to do business with you. They're going to give you 25% more money. They're a lot of fun. There's never any rejection. And here are 3 sentences I'd like you to use. Number 1, I really enjoy working with you. Number 2, I'm not sure you know this, but 60% of the people that work with realtors never work with that person again. They're disappointed. They did not do a good job. Number 3, who do you know who could benefit from the kind of relationship we've had so far? Now, if you haven't talked to your client, buyer, or seller in the last 5 years, maybe they remember who you are, but there's no relationship there. Let's change this up a little bit. Number 1, I really enjoy working with you. Or I enjoy some of the things we've done together. Or I enjoy my clients. Don't make it as intimate. Number 2, not sure you know this, but about 60% of people who work with realtors are usually disappointed in some way. Number 3, who do you know who could benefit from some of the things we've done together? Anything like that is going to be good. Okay, one more time. Catch up on the family, update on the market conditions, how it's going to affect their property, their goals. Number 3, 5-step bridge, and end it with the trial close. If we could talk about 1, 2, 3, would that be helpful for you? And if you can't find any needs, try to get referrals. You know you're doing this well, and here's the percentage. You know you're effective at this. If 38% of these phone calls you make end up in getting an opportunity for you, listing, buying, buyer, or getting a referral. 38% of the time. If you're not getting 38% opportunity ratio, you're just not listening well enough. Let me give you a quick story. One of my clients is a guy named Matt Larman. I have a coaching company. We promise our clients they'll increase their business by 80% in 8 weeks. And it works. My client said, I'm not going to call people every 3 months. What are you talking about? 3 months? There's no way I'm going to call my clients every 3 months. I said, Matt, just give it a shot. That next Monday morning, he calls me. He said, Kerry, can't believe this happened. I call a guy named Rick. He wasn't there, got a voicemail. Hey, Rick, this is Matt. I just want to check up on you. I want to give you some market update. A lot of things are happening right now with this current crisis. I want to let you know what your home values are and what interest rates are. And hey, listen, if I don't hear from you, if you don't call me back in the next couple of days, don't worry. I'll call you in 3 months. My phone number is 516, et cetera, et cetera. 5 minutes later, this lady calls him. He says, were you trying to call a guy named Rick? Yes, I was. Well, you got a wrong number. I'm so sorry. Do you really call your clients every 3 months? Yes, I do. Wow. I've never had a realtor ever call me back after they've done the transaction. Do you handle properties more than $2 million? Yes, I do. Matt called me back and he said, Kerry, I'm going to start dialing wrong numbers from now on. So if you call your clients every 3 months using this script, your business will go up by 30% in 30 days.